Hello artists! Today we're looking at the artwork of Charles McGee, the Detroit artist who created these wonderful black and white pieces of art. Charles McGee believed that black and white were the greatest combination of opposites, and he used them many times in his artwork. Unity was a mural that he created that's on the side of a building in Detroit, Michigan. He believed that this theme of nature and the balance of all things, black and white, day and night, all of these things are in harmony together. We need one with the other to make the world run and be a wonderful place. He also has United We Stand and Rhapsody in black and white. These are sculptures, and he made this one a really tall, 25-foot tall sculpture that is outdoors, and this one is on a wall, and it's a giant sculpture made out of metal with lots of different patterns in it. And I thought we could use that as an idea and inspiration for our own paper sculpture. So if we were going to start out and make different strips of paper, we can practice our patterns on each of those strips of paper first, and we're going to draw them out on paper, whatever patterns we decide, and then hold on to this for a week. And then next week, when we come back to class, we're going to take the paper that we had, and I already did it a little, and we're going to cut on those lines that we started, and look at that. These will now turn into the sculpture that's going to go on the top part. We'll glue these down, maybe make them go in different directions, and it'll be really cool till we have a really neat paper sculpture. Pretend I finished it. Voila, there it is. So this could be a wonderful way to make a project, but it will take 2 weeks, so we need to make sure we don't lose this piece of paper. If you do, then we can still find a way to make it work, but it would be great if you could figure out a safe place to keep it. And if you notice, I just have patterns on the bottom, and we're going to cut those strips out and glue them to the top. So it's only one piece of paper that you'll actually need. So we're going to also start with a piece of paper. If you have a nice piece of construction paper, that's great. But if you just have copy paper, I like it too because it's wiggly and it can like kind of bend in any way. So if you have construction paper, that's great. If not, stick with a piece of copy paper or lined paper, whatever you have. And if you have a black marker, that's great. Black crayon would work, black colored pencil, or if you just have like one color blue or green, that would be neat. It would be like white with green or white with blue. Whatever you have will be great. Even just a pencil, we could make it work. So for this project, if this paper is a large, normal sized paper, fold it in half, open it up, and just work on the bottom part. And I'm going to make the line here so I remember that this is where I go to draw my patterns. And a pattern is something that repeats itself. So we're going to talk about that a lot. I'm going to repeat that a lot. So we're going to make some stripes going across horizontally. And I'm going to just make a couple of the strips, just straight lines. And then maybe a wavy one, maybe a zigzag one, and maybe it just goes up and down at the end. I don't know, just for fun. And then I'm going to add patterns into all of these different spaces. So the first one, maybe I would just stick with a zigzag. And a line that's called a zigzag, it just goes up and down. It's like we're connecting little triangles. But if I keep making more zigzags under each other, we can start making a pattern. A pattern is a repeating line, shape, even different colors. I can even add them up here. Just little V's like it's falling off the page. And I'm going to try and go kind of fast so that you can see, but take your time when you're doing this. This is going to be your paper that's going to turn into those really cool stripy strips that are going to be fun to play around with in the end. Okay, so once I finish this and even take a next step and color it in really nicely so that I have some fun black and white contrast, you might come up with some really neat ideas. And then next week we are going to take this wonderful piece that we made and cut on these lines to have them turn into beautiful paper strips that we glue together. So hold on to these till next time, and we will create again.